Oh, good morning, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Yo, last night I was in the book of Exodus. I was having a time, y'all. When I tell y'all, I took some notes, and it was so ironic because with the notes that I took, they was just like coming like a AK-47 spraying like, and mind you, like it'll just be from like one verse. Like I'll just read one specific verse, and then my daddy will be like, and I'm just like writing like, but yeah, y'all. So I'm a little late today. I'm gonna do the Exodus video for you guys so you can catch some of that hot sauce and them gems. But today is May 5th. So we're going to be doing Proverbs 5. King James Version. Proverbs 5, King James Version. Okay. My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Okay, so this is basically about avoiding adultery, right? Now, ironically, it's so sad that, SEG, right? Y'all know what I mean, but it's genuinely not a bad thing. It's literally supposed to be a beautiful thing done between the husband and wife. But because Satan and his dusty minions, they've like literally corrupted it to the point where they've defiled it, and they made it seem and feel like such a dirty thing that it's something that people barely want to talk about, but it's always in our face. And low key, everybody talks about it. Like, I do not care what nobody say. Okay. Now, here's the thing, right? Because as I was sitting back, like really thinking, right? Yo, so much stuff comes from having sex outside of marriage that brings so much unnecessary turmoil in our life that we could have avoided had we, abstained ourselves from sex before marriage. And I think the problem was that it wasn't explained to us how valuable our private areas are and how cherishable we should treat them. Like, literally, honestly, in my personal opinion, when you know the worth of your downstairs area, like, you should, that's where, you should be wearing like expensive belts or, whatever, because you understand the value. See, it's not about a expensive belt, because at first I used to think about it from that aspect. Now, looking at it from a carnal mindset, it's easy to think like that. But now, if you tune into a spiritual mindset, right, to have an expensive belt is to represent your understanding of the high value of your downstairs area. That, hey, everybody don't deserve access to that. And this goes for men and women. Because, see, here's the thing, right? Like with sin, all sin is equal. Sin is sin, like hands down, right? However, adultery and sex outside of marriage is one of the most hurtful to God, because it's something that we do with our actual body. This is what Satan knows, which is why he goes so hard to get us to have sex outside of marriage. That's why you'll see all the seductive thirst traps coming from both parties, males and females. That's why you'll notice with all of the beer advertisements, there's always some sexy young lady in a bikini leaned over a sports car. Indicating what? If you read behind the lines and if you read between the lines, it's just pretty much boiling down to sex, if we're going to be real, right? And here's the thing. We're not supposed to be just having that with any and everybody. And that's how it has become so defiled, because Satan and his minions have degraded it to the point where it just has become something that, it's not cherished and honored like it should be. Like, let me tell you guys something. When it is with the person that you are supposed to be with, sex, kudos, it's cool, great. There's another form for you and your partner to connect and bond. I actually have to make another spin-off video with that whole topic, because that's a big one. But I did start the Chitty Chatty Patty series yesterday, so I have to get the playlist set up for that, because I want to keep everything in their designated playlist, so nobody is like no confusion or nothing like that. But yeah, I'm going to put that topic in the chit chat playlist after I record it. But yes, guys, so I'm not saying that either to pump anyone up to like go buy a designer belt right now, like especially if you can't afford it, like don't. But I'm just saying that in reference to looking at your downstairs area differently, looking at it from the angle that God sees it, right? Because those are very special parts to him, and that category is a beautiful category to him, but when it's done correctly, not when it's perverted and the corn industry was never even supposed to be a thing, but Satan and his minions with their perversion and those ways of the ancestors. People always want to be quick to throw that ancestor word out. Y'all better chill with that. Yo, y'all better chill with that trying to follow my ancestor stuff. You don't know what them ancestors was doing. So unless you verbatim know what they was doing and you are 100% okay with it being in agreement with what they were doing, yo, check yourself with all that ancestor talk. Like, please. All that my ancestor this, my ancestor that. Girl, you're conversing with demons. You're conversing with demonic entities, guy. I don't know where these people get that weirdo stuff from. No, I know where they get it from. Those demonic forces that pump them up. The same ones that pump us up to do dumb stuff that God don't be wanting us to do in the first place, right? Let us continue, though. Y'all better chill with that. My ancestor garbage. You even know what them ancestors was doing. Them, if y'all pay attention, yo, you want to know what the ancestors was doing? Y'all go watch a lot of them Nigerian Christian movies I be telling y'all about. You'll see a lot of what them quote-unquote ancestors was doing. A lot of them was practicing witchcraft, so y'all better chill. And I keep telling y'all, stop playing with that witchcraft stuff, because God, he's seriously tired of playing with y'all. Because y'all were illegally accessing the spiritual realm. That's a heavy violation. And I'll actually, when I get back, I'll do a recording in reference for that, because I think that needs to be seriously highlighted for somebody, because I'm trying to help y'all. 9 times out of 10, the sucky part for me is the people that, I'm being instructed to help. Most of them are the same ones who hurt me and was doing certain things to me spiritually behind the scenes. But that's a part of growth and growing up and being obedient, is that I have to forgive them and help them. But listen, please, guys, let's keep our hands and our private parts to ourselves, right? I've been asking my daddy lately to just keep a Holy Ghost fire ring around my downstairs area. Like, I don't even want, if my hand feel like it want to be on some tweet, oops, nope, burn, right, no touch, no touch, no touch. Hey, get your hands and your body parts to yourself, away from yourself. Hey, no rubby. Swiper, no swiping. Oh my gosh, that's not even funny. But yeah, no, I was watching a movie the other day, speaking of this topic, and yeah, it was the Sodom movie. I think I connected it to one of the other videos for you guys, but I'll connect it in this one. The girl, she, my goodness, she ended up chatting with this guy, and, his grandmother, she was a believer. She's, telling him, come with me to church and da-da-da. He would go with his grandma to church and stuff, and he believed in God a little bit or whatever, but he didn't really believe. And, he was dabbling with this girl where they was having sex and, phone sex, and she was using, what was that? I think it was, I don't know what that thing was. It almost kind of looked like a squash. I'm not sure what that thing was, but anyway, she had some food item thingy that she was using for oinkable purposes and whatnot. And yeah, she just like really was addicted to that stuff, and it just was like really bad for her. So she called this one lady and asked her for help, because she's like, yo, this is not normal. Like, something is wrong with me. And she called the lady. And so she's telling the lady what's been going on with her, like how she be, yo, that stuff is for real. Like with that masturbation and stuff, like, yo, that stuff is for real. That's a whole demonic spirit, I'm convinced. at this point, because that stuff can have you like OD wilding, like to the point where you will literally see people masturbating in public places. I've witnessed it before. But listen, yo, my daddy reminded me of something, so that's why I was laughing. But this is not a funny matter, because this is serious. But y'all, just listen, right? So the lady, she helped her and whatnot, help her get her life back to God and whatnot, get her back on the right track. So she had a best friend who they both ended up having sexual promiscuity spirits and stuff. So the first girl with the food item thingy, she actually, her mother introduced her into prostitution when she was a child. Her mother had her prostituting. So that's what caused her sex addiction. The other girl, her friend, I'm not sure how she got started. But that one girl with the vegetable thingy, when she was telling that lady her story, then she told her how, like how it all started. And it started from her mother as a child introducing her to prostitution. And it's that's just very sickening, because apparently that mother had some severe healing that she needed to have take place in her before that poor baby girl came in the picture. Because why you ain't prostitute yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Kizzy, like, if you feel like that is something that needs to be done to feed your children, you're the grown one. You're the able one. You do it. Don't put that baby in that predicament. That baby, first of all, didn't even ask to be here. Second of all, how dare you defile and devile that baby like that? But it be the demons operating through the vessels. That is why it is so important for people to address their demons. My God, addressing your demons. That's stuff like your bitterness, your anger, things of this nature, because those things can cause us to do worse things if they're not addressed. Lest strangers, we're on verse 10 now, guys. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labor be in the house of a stranger. And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. And say, How have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let the fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. They basically just saying, focus on your own stuff. Don't focus on nobody else's stuff. When you have your wife, you focus on your own wife. Don't focus on nobody else's wife. Because technically, another female is potentially somebody else's wife. If we're going to be honest and technical. Because if you know me, it can be really quickly, the conversation can go to, well, if you want to get technical. So, technically speaking, right? Whether they want to or not, a female is potentially somebody else's wife. So you focus on the one that God tells you to be with. And that's another thing too, guys. We need to be obedient and ask God, who are we supposed to be with? Because when we be with people who we not supposed to be with, that causes unnecessary problems in our life, right? 9 times out of 10, the person he wants us to be with is the person who is going to be the best fit for our life and the best fit for the plan that he has for both parties' lives. There are certain things that need to take place when the two come together. Neither party can accomplish their full mission without the other, right? And if you try to use someone else, the mission is still going to be it's not going to be complete. It's going to be the missing. Your correct person is your missing piece to your puzzle. So you study, fast, pray, seek the face of God and ask him, who is my person that you want me to be with? Because the last thing you want to do is end up with the person that God did not want you to be with. And now you're with someone that's beating on you, that's stealing from you financially, that's cheating on you, that, yo, you're going to go through so much stuff that can be avoided, guys. Just please, guys. If you want to be with somebody, be serious and ask God, who am I supposed to be with? And if you feel like you a lusty-gusty, ask him to remove that spirit from you, because that's not going to work. You cannot be faithful to nobody being lustful, not even in a single mindset. If you are single, like meaning you're not with your significant other, there should be no reason why you're out here people hopping. Because that's how we get confusion. That's how we get counterfeits. That's how we end up with the wrong people. Entertaining people that we wasn't even supposed to be entertaining in that way. You want to entertain them as a soul to win for Christ, but not as nobody to be sleeping with or trying to get with. No, or see where things go. Like, what is that? Yo, y'all stop doing that with people. Linking up with people, trying to have sex with them, talking about some, yo, let's see where things go. Yo, anytime somebody moving like that, that is strictly a demonic spirit out to destroy you and steal your glory. And they know you have a specific special calling on your life. So that's a familiar spirit sent to bring you down. Don't let them. I promise you. Mark my words, because if you go against what I'm telling you, when your life start declining, hey, you will remember these words. Hey, my God, you will remember these words. Remember? Okay, so yesterday when I did my mother wounds video, right? I mentioned about how I got duped twice. And I almost got duped twice again. Because I forgot about this one particular guy that I met when I was on the Greyhound Meech. Right. He was a familiar spirit about to dupe me out my socks. On my job, I had my ex-coworker, familiar spirit, boink, spotted me on a job. That one, that was a tricky white boy. I ain't gonna lie. That's a crafty agent. That one gotta be like a wizard, like OG wizard or something. Because that one was a crafty one, boy. But thank God my daddy is smarter. Because babes, me escape that snare, trap that the devil tried to set for me. I escaped that one. Glory be to God. Hi. And it's funny because it's a possibility that he may hear this recording. I don't care. Yeah, hi. It's okay. I'm not mad at you. Like, I know what your assignment was in my life, so you're fine. It's fine. I forgive you. I'm not tripping. It was the spirit operating behind you. It wasn't you, so that's not my own to worry about with you. But anyway, I do hope you learning something from these things though. Right, and I was gonna say I'll hit his phone, but no, we're not even gonna do that. Nah. I'll just pray in the spirit that it's working. And if it's not, then I did my part. My hands is clean from that blood. Huh? Because once I say, when I'm instructed to say to people, if they choose not to listen, that's on you. I did my part. So your blood is not on my hands. Because fun fact, when God puts it on our spirit to like evangelize to somebody or tell them about him and we don't, God forbid if they pass in their sin and they go to hell, their blood is counted on our hands. So let me give y'all an example, right? With the person I'm talking about. Let's just say his name is Ak. Okay, right? So with Ak, respectfully, privacy. I won't say the name right now. So with Ak, right? Let's just say my daddy tell me, tell Ak, stop doing blah, blah, blah. And I don't. And then Ak leaves the earth. His blood is literally on my hands because I chose not to tell him what I was instructed to tell him. Disobedience is a scary game, y'all. But yeah, verse 18. Let thy fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Which is what 15 and 16 and 17 was basically boiling down to. You worry about your own wife. Don't worry about nobody else's wife. Because she gonna get you on a one-way ticket to hell. You know that one-way train to Georgia? The late, what is it? The midnight train? That's the midnight train to hell. Oh, I'm telling you, that's one of our fastest ways to hell. Sex outside of marriage, yeah. Satan knows that. That's why he goes so hard to get people to do sex outside of marriage. Even with the masturbation stuff, like, come on, with that rose thing, all of that stuff, like, come on, guys, this stuff is no coincidence. Think about it, like, what? I gotta do my chit chat video, but let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. Right? So y'all, the Lord, he knows every motive behind every step we take. Every move we make, he knows the motive, the true, genuine motive behind it. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sin. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. There's so many movies, guys. And matter of fact, I just was watching the one movie, thank you, Daddy, where the guy, the lady Rose. Rose is the wife that God assigned for him. But he met this Decepticon, who was a familiar spirit. And this Decepticon happened to be more prettier than the woman who the guy was supposed to be with. So, based off of her beauty, she threw his mom a couple of pennies. So based off of her beauty and her money, he chose to reject the woman that God had for him, right? He chose to reject her 2 weeks before they were supposed to get married. He rejected her for the Decepticon. When this man got with the Decepticon, that lady, come to find out, was a prostitute. She was beating on him. She was making his life a living hell. She had HIV and everything. She was sleeping with her boss, who she lied and said was her uncle. Come to find out, old boy was her whole sugar daddy. They sent her husband to Abuja or somewhere further, like on a 3-day journey, so they could be laid up in their matrimonial bed together because they got tired of creeping around in the hotel. He came home, caught them, bust the boss in the head. How he didn't bust her in the head? But he was like, fake a man of God, because I say fake because of the fact that he didn't take enough time to be diligent enough and really be obedient to the voice of God to even catch that lady was a Decepticon. And, sometimes we do get swindled. Like, I'm not going to lie to y'all, because both of both of my Decepticons, they was attractive too. Like, my first one, that one was beautiful to me, and the second one was handsome. So in my mind, that's why we can't get caught up on the look stuff. Like, don't look at how they look, right? We gotta start looking at people for how God look at people, for their heart. That's why my honey is my honey. My bee, because my daddy knows he heart, right? But it's the heart. That's what God sees. He does not see our outer appearance. He sees our heart. He sees the spirit motivating our actions. Because it's always a spirit controlling what we do. Right? And a question that I want us to start asking ourselves every day, and really mean it. And this is something like personal one-on-one self, like reflecting. Not sitting around with a group of people and y'all are like, no. This is a single person activity where you just really sit and ask yourself, like, how am I doing today? How am I feeling? And why? Because that is a part of the heart work and the homework. So if you genuinely ask yourself, how am I feeling? How am I doing? And you listen back for it. And then, like, say, for instance, you're sad or mad because of a disappointment or something that may have taken place or whatever. Okay, we'll figure out why. And then ask God to help you with that. Ask Jesus, my dad, to help you with that. And even if you're mad, like, he still wants to hear from us. Like, even when we're mad, he still wants to hear from us. Mad, sad, angry, it does not matter. He wants to hear from us. In the same way, how we talk regular with each other, just talk to him like that. You don't gotta be all grandiose. And now you want to be respectful now, respectfully. But it's not no grandiose, like, like whatever. Just be respectful, be mindful. And, give him his reverence, his honor that is due. If you haven't, definitely give thanks. And the verse of the day is, cast all your cares upon him, for he careth for you. And that's from 1 Peter, verse 5-7. Which is true. He do care for us, y'all. Like, we have to really start understanding the debt. Because, like, Easter, right? Easter. It's like the only time when it's mentioned about his death and everything. But honestly, can we be a little more sincere with trying to build a relationship with him? Because here's the thing, right? Too many people get caught up in religious titles and things of that nature, and God and Jesus are not a religion. They are spirits. This is a spiritual thing. Believe in Christ. Once you accept him in your heart and you truly and genuinely believe that he came to this earth in a human form and he literally died for you, me, and everyone you see around you. He literally died for all of us. Regardless of the fact that most people have no respect or regard for him, he knew this already. And he still chose to die for us. Me, I've been through so much in my life from childhood, which is why I call him daddy, because he has literally kept me and comforted me. And I can say this from looking back at my life, looking back at how many times he has comforted me and kept me. Guys, if it was up to the enemy, you wouldn't even be hearing these recordings. Because either A, I wouldn't be here, or B, I wouldn't even be able to do these recordings. Because he don't want these recordings to go out. He don't want nobody building a relationship with Jesus. One of his greatest accomplishments is to make people believe that Jesus doesn't exist. Is to make people think God doesn't exist. And overall, to make people think he doesn't exist. Because how you going to stop somebody who you don't even believe exists? How you going to stop witchcraft spells from attacking your life if you don't even believe that they're happening to your life? That's where he gets so many people with their lack of belief. Because they run around here with their head up their culo. Yeah, I said that. They run around here with their head up their culo. And they just in la la land, right? Thinking everything is just what they see. I'm telling you, listen, I'm getting to a point where if I tell you about something respectfully because I care about you and I'm trying to help you, and you disregard what I'm telling you, just know I will not waste any more words or advice on you. Because at that point you're a stress sack. I am going to release you. The information I gave you, when I gave it to you, if you choose to use it, awesome. If not, hey, but I gave you what I gave you. I'm not going to dumb myself down by continuing to help people who don't want to be helped. Because there are people out here who want to be helped. So those are the people who I am seeking. Those are the people I want to be connected with, the people who want to be helped, the people who want to grow and learn, and who want to do it in a way that is intriguing and it keeps them coming back for more. Cliffhangers. Yes. I love a good cliffhanger because what? No, you got me hooked. Like, get back here. What you were saying? What happened? Yes. So definitely, guys. If you guys want to learn and grow and be better for real from the inside out, I'm here for it. I'm here for you. Let's go. Let's get it. But if you just want to be playing around all day, bull jiving and stuff and trying to make me lose brain cells or cause me frustration, I'm going to see that spirit operating through you and I'm going to pass and go respectfully. Because I've graduated. I thank my daddy that now I am able to know what spirit is operating behind each person I encounter. Yeah, baby. I ain't even got to encounter you for real. You just got to cross my mind and my daddy's going to tell me what spirit you're operating from. And when you're able to identify a person is operating from the spirit of jealousy, don't take that for granted. Thank God for that. Because that, you talk to him and ask him what that is. He'll definitely tell you. But anyways, we love you guys so much. I don't even know how long this is because, 42 minutes. Wow. Oh, wow. All right, well, it is what it is. I mean, hey. I don't know what to say, y'all. I don't know what to say. It was good. It was a vibe. And I don't care. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't even want to start worrying about the time anymore. I just want to go with the flow and go with the vibe. So, yep. But we love you guys. And I will catch y'all in another one. Later.